Today's class is going to be... Hi! Today's class is going to be another Ashtanga sequence. Hi. Today's class is going to be focusing on the Ashtanga primary series again. I'm going to be going through the standing sequence a bit faster, so we're going to skip a few poses and I think do a couple of fewer sun salutations as well, because I want to get more of the second part of the series and we're on the floor, particularly the 3 Janu Sirsasanas. I'm struggling, especially with Janu Sirsasana 3 or C. I find that really difficult, but I still want to share it with you and we can work on it together. And we'll see how much more of the other stuff we get in. Maybe we can get a couple of Navasanas in as well. We'll work our core and our hip flexor strength. Props wise, might want to use a belt. I'll have a belt only. And you might also want to have a block. One block should be enough actually. And as always, this is your yoga practice. I'm just giving you suggestions for what poses to do. So if you don't like a pose, don't do it. Be very mindful of your body. If you have any pain, come out of the pose. Don't do it. And if you find anything a bit too strenuous, you can take a break. You can wait in child's pose. Just really move with what feels good for you, for your body today. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourself to yourself last week or last month. And that's really it. I hope you have fun and enjoy. And as with Ashtanga, we're going to start standing straight away and I'm going to be chanting. So again, I'm sorry about my voice. Okay, so if you want to start standing at the front of your mat in Tadasana right away, so either your feet hip width apart or feet together, toes touching, whatever you prefer, and let's lift up our toes. Spread them wide like a fan and then lowering them down one at a time, starting with the little toe, fourth toe, middle toe, second toe and big toe. If you want, you could also lift your heels off gently and place them down. Going to engage our core, our pelvic floor, perineum, nice firm middle. Going to roll our shoulders up, back and down, opening our chest. Shoulder blades together, palms facing forward. Standing nice and tall as if someone's pulling us by a string at the top of our head and slightly tucking our chin. Standing here. And if you want, you can close your eyes as I do the opening chant. Om Vade Gurnam Charna Vinde Sanrasitas Vatma Sukhava Bodhe Nisriyase Jankarikamane Samsara Halala Moashanti Abahu Puru Shakram Shankaskar Siddharinam Sahasra Swenan Setam Pranamami Patanjalim Om. Okay, let's get going with our first sun salutation A. Inhale, we're raising our arms up. If you want, you can look to your hands. Exhale, we're engaging our core and we're folding down. Hands either side of the feet. Knees bent if you want. It's early for a full forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, hands down. You can either step back with the right or jump back already. But let's step back to begin with. Step back with the right. Then left into plank. Inhaling in plank and exhale, you can come down knees, chest, chin, or if you want already, you could come down chaturanga. For chaturanga, staying in plank, rocking forward gently, and then bending our elbows coming through. From chaturanga, inhale, rolling over our toes into upward facing dog or cobra, belly on the ground. Exhale. Rolling over our toes again, and we're coming into our first down dog. In down dog, our hands are shoulder width apart and middle fingers are pointing forward. Shoulder blades are pulling slightly apart, shoulders away from the ears. We're engaging our core, sucking in our belly, imagining the belly of a greyhound dog. We're looking to the space between our big toes, bending our knees maybe a little bit, flat back. If your heels aren't touching the ground, that's totally fine, but imagine pulling your heels towards the ground to activate those calves. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And let's step forward. Inhale with the right foot, followed by the left foot on the exhale. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, full forward fold, palms to the ground, folding down, forehead towards the shins, maybe bending the knees. Inhale, we're engaging the core, we're coming up with a flat back. Exhale, hands into heart center. Lovely, next one, arms up. Exhale, engaging the core, folding down, flat back. Hands at the side of the feet, forehead towards shins. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Let's step back with the left foot, followed by the right, into a plank. Inhaling in plank and coming down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, sliding forward into cobra or upward dog. In cobra, elbows are into the body, shoulders pulling down, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, we're pushing into a down dog. Maybe stepping the feet in a little bit in our down dog if that feels more comfortable. Pressing into those hands. Maybe feeling a little back bend here. As we're pushing into our hands, our back arches a little bit. Breathing here for another 3. The next inhale, stepping forward with the left foot, followed by the right foot. Inhale, fingertips to mat or hands to shins for a half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold, hands at the side of the feet, maybe bending the knees. Inhale, engaging the core and we're coming up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Lovely, other side, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down. Hands at the side of the feet, full forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. If you want, we can try to jump back. So we're bending our knees, we're placing our palms to the ground, bending our knees, looking slightly ahead of us, and we're jumping back into a plank, trying to land as noiseless as possible, which I didn't do very well just there. Okay, we're in plank. From plank, coming down, knees, chest, chin, or inhale, sliding forward a bit, and coming down in chaturanga. Inhale, and from chaturanga into upward facing dog. The only thing that's touching the ground are our palms and the backs of our feet. Exhale, we're rolling over our feet, coming into a downward facing dog, stepping in a little bit. We're breathing in and out through the nose. Okay, with the next exhale, bending our knees. We're looking for the space between our thumbs, bending our knees, and we're going to try to jump forward, bring our feet between our hands like that. Inhale, half forward fold, fingertips to mat or hands to shins. Exhale, full forward fold, forehead towards the shins. And inhale, engaging our core, we're coming up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Getting warm, I think. And we're only going to do 3 sun salutations A today. So we're moving straight to our sun salutation B. For sun salutation B, we're going to do a warrior 1 on either side, and we're starting and ending in chair, Utkatasana. Okay, so let's stand in mountain pose again, feet together or hip width apart, placing our toes down, maybe lifting heels. Bring shoulders up, back and down, standing nice and tall. First, we're inhaling our arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, pulling our hands down. And we're inhaling, bending our knees, maybe bringing our fingertips to touch the ground, and we're reaching up into chair. In chair, you want to have a nice flat back. No duck bum, nice flat back. And looking down at your knees, you want to be able to see your toes. Staying here for one breath, so we know what we're doing. Inhale, exhale, we're folding down, full forward fold, hands either side of the feet, forehead towards the shins. Inhale, half forward fold, fingertips to mat or hands to shins. If you want, we can try to jump back again, bending our knees, placing the palms down, jumping back into plank. Lovely. Inhaling here, coming down whichever way you want, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga, or half chaturanga coming onto your knees. From here, coming into our back bend, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, we're pushing back into our downward dog. We're now going to place the sole of our left foot down on the ground, and our left toes are pointing towards the top corner of the room, like the mat, not properly, but just the foot is placed down and pointing to the side. And we're stepping forward with our right foot into this low lunge where the sole of the back foot is down. And we're staying here for a moment. This is not traditional Ashtanga to take a break here, but I quite enjoy this because you can now work on your hip alignment. And what you want to do is you're going to try to pull your right hip back and your left hip forward a bit so that your body, your hip is more in line with the short edge of your mat. So try to pull your hips around a bit. One moment here. Inhale, exhale. With the next inhale, we're coming up into our warrior one. If you want, you can place your hands on your hips for a moment. And again, pushing that back hip, the left hip forward, pulling the front hip, the right hip back a little bit. You want to be nice and parallel. It will take ages to get there. If you need to take a bit of the bend out of the front knee, that's fine if that makes it easier. But it's just, we're working on this. Raising our arms and looking towards our thumbs maybe. Stay here for another breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, with the next exhale, we bring our hands either side of the front foot, coming onto the ball of the back foot, stepping into a plank. Inhaling a plank, we're coming down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga or half chaturanga for which your knees are down, bending your elbows. Inhale, coming into our back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tucking the toes or rolling over the toes into down dog. We're placing the right foot down, sole of the foot, the whole sole of the foot is now in contact with the ground. And we're stepping forward with that left leg. And again, we're staying here in the slow lunge. Working on that hip alignment, bending deeper into the front hip, pulling the left hip back, right hip forward. And what helps here with that hip alignment is to really push into the outside edge of the back foot. Use that back foot to help with your hip alignment. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale. And inhale, we're coming up into a warrior one. You could place your hands on your hips if you wanted. And again, try to push that back hip, the right hip forward. Lovely. And pulling the front hip back. And pay attention to your back foot here. Pushing into the outside edge. That will really help. If you want, raising our arms. For one moment, we can look up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale, we bring our hands down, coming to ball, back foot, stepping back into plank. Inhaling a plank, exhale, we're coming down whichever way we want. Inhale, sliding through into our back bend. Exhale, we're coming into our down dog. And we're staying in down dog for 5 breaths. Maybe stepping in. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. We want to do that through all our poses, but it's easy to forget. So as you're in down dog again, let's try and connect to our breath again. Okay, if you want to try to jump forward, bending our knees, looking to the space between our thumbs, and exhale, we're jumping forward. Inhale, half forward fold, fingertips to mat or hands to shins. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, we're bending our knees and we're coming into a chair pose straight away. Bending our knees, making sure we can see our big toes, nice flat back, engaging our back, engaging our shoulders. Inhale, and from here we're folding straight away, down again, into our forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, fingertips to mat or hands to shin. Exhale, hands down and either stepping or jumping back. Lovely, into plank. In plank, inhale, and exhale, coming down, knees, chest, chin, half chaturanga, chaturanga. Inhale, we're sliding forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Placing the sole of the left foot down. Inhale, stepping forward with the right. Staying here for one breath now, shorter. Inhale, exhale. And inhale, we're coming up into our warrior one. Staying here for 2 breaths now, a little shorter again. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, hands down, stepping back into plank. Inhaling in plank and exhale, we're coming down whichever way we want. Inhale, rolling through upward facing dog. Exhale, or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Placing the sole of the right foot down. Stepping forward with the left. Staying here for 1 breath. Well done, guys. Keeping up very well. Inhale, exhale. And inhale, coming up into our warrior one. Staying here. Again, imagine pulling your hips so that you're facing, if you're looking at your chest, you want to have it as parallel as you can to the front. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale, hands down. Stepping back into plank. Inhale, exhale, we're coming down. And inhale, back bend, exhale, downward dog. Lovely, staying in downward dog. Very strong pose, active pose. But we're staying for a few breaths so we can connect with our breath again. Shoulders away from the ears. Engaging the core. We're looking towards the space between our big toes. The weight of our body is spread through the whole palm. Okay, we're bending our knees. We're looking between our hands. And if you want to try and jump forward on the next exhale, we're jumping. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, we're bending our knees. We're coming into our chair again. Inhale here and exhale, we're bending down straight away. We're folding again, full forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, if you want to jump, bend the knees and we're stepping back into our plank. Staying in plank, inhale and exhale, we're coming down whichever way we want. Inhale, we're sliding forward into our back bend. Exhale, we're rolling over into our down dog. Left foot down, we're stepping forward with the right. On the inhale, we're coming up. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, we're folding down straight away. We're moving faster this time. Stepping back into our plank. Inhale, exhale, we're coming down whichever way we want. Knees, chest, chin, half chaturanga, chaturanga. Inhale, we're sliding forward, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, pushing into down dog. Placing the right foot down, stepping forward with the left. Inhale, we're coming up. Lovely, really good, guys. Exhale, hands down. Stepping back into our plank. Inhale here. Exhale, we're coming down whichever way we want. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog, and we get to stay here. That was our last sun salutation B. Staying here for 5 breaths. Connecting with our breath. We're warm, we're maybe a bit sweaty, but we're preparing for those other poses that are about to come. 2 more breaths. Okay, bending the knees, looking between our thumbs, and exhale, we're jumping forward. Inhale, coming onto our fingertips, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, bending the knees, last chair for a little while. Arms up. Inhale, and exhale, we're pulling our hands into heart center. Whew. Well done, everyone. That is definitely warming us up. Next on the line, next pose for us is our forward fold. We're going to do one of them, not 2. And we're going to stand with our feet hip width apart. And you move, toes are pointing forward, parallel, feet are parallel. Yeah, that's good, so you can see it quite well. Hands on our hips. Inhale, we're looking up. Exhale, we're engaging our core and we're folding down. We can bend our knees here so that our chest is in contact with our thighs. We're bringing our peace fingers around our big toe. The thumb is resting on the top of the big toe. We're looking up, looking to the ground, and exhale, we're folding. And we're going to fold here so that our chest and ribs stay in touch with our thighs the whole time. As soon as you feel them lifting off, you want to move back to where you were before. Doesn't matter if your knees are very bent or super straight, as long as you feel the stretch in your hamstrings, in the back of your legs. So keeping that contact from your thighs to your chest, looking between your legs, breathing here. We're staying for another 3. In and out through the nose. Now, okay, to come out, we're bending our knees again. We're letting go of our toes. We'll bring our hands onto our hips. And with the next inhale, we're coming up with a nice flat back. Really nice. It really only matters that what matters is you feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Whether your legs are straight or not, that's another thing. So no need to worry about that. A quick look at my little cheat sheet as I talk you through. Okay, cool. We're going to be doing the next 2 poses have the standard pose and then the twisted pose, but we're only going to do the non-twisty version today so that we have more time in the seated sequence. So from the top of our mat, we're going to step back with the right foot, halfway the mat, actually I should do it on the other side, halfway down the mat, we're going to come into triangles. So halfway down the mat, the heels are in line, back foot is again pointing forward a little bit, similar to our warrior one. Inhale, we're reaching our arms up and someone is pulling us by that front hand. Pulling, 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 pulling. When you can't go any further, you bring your hand down. You could, if you had a block, place your hand on the block. You can also place your hand on your shin or your thigh even. Shin, ankle. If you can reach, you could also bring your peace fingers around your big toe again. What we want to do is we want to stack our hips and shoulders on top of each other. So really pushing into I find that for the stacking, if I push more into the inside of the front foot of the left foot here, that activates my inner thigh of the left leg more. The top arm is reaching up, and if it's okay for your neck, we're looking towards that top hand, the right hand. I'm breathing here for another 2. With the next inhale, we're looking down at the front foot with the big toe, the left. Exhale and inhale, we're coming up. Nice flat back. Lovely. We're stepping forward again. Ooh, lost my balance. We're going to do the same thing on the other side now. So we're stepping back with the left. Inhale, our arms up. Someone's reaching, we're pulling us by the front hand. And once we can't go any further, we fold down. Again, hand either on the thigh, the calf, the ankle, or maybe peace fingers around the big toe. And we're reaching up. Again, you want to stack your hips and shoulders on top of each other, pushing into the inside of the front foot. Top arm is reaching up, left arm is reaching up, and we're looking towards the hand if that's okay with our neck. 2 more breaths. Really nice triangles there. Lovely. Okay. Inhale, looking down. Exhale here. And inhale, we're coming up. Exhale, stepping forward. Lovely. Really good stretch for the inner thigh there. Next one, we're doing our extended side stretch. So for that, we're going to be standing at the front of our mat. We're stepping back with the right foot again. Nice wide stance, a bit more like in our warrior poses. We're bending the front knee. We want to make sure that our knee is above our ankle so the knee's not falling in or falling out. I can either stay here with your forearm above your knee and reach forward, or if you wanted a bit more, you could try, if you can reach, place your hand so the left hand is outside the left foot. Outside. I think last time we did Ashtanga I said inside, but I looked at my cheat sheet, it's actually outside. But if you prefer putting it inside, that's totally fine because it's your yoga practice. And we're staying here for another 3 breaths. Keeping that front leg bent, reaching forward and trying to open our chest a bit towards the ceiling. Looking to the right hand that's reaching, or just to the floor if that's not nice for your neck. 1 more breath. Okay, with the next inhale, we're going to come up, push up, stepping forward. Other side. Stepping back with the left foot now. And again, nice wide stance. Back foot is, toe of the back foot is down. And we're bending that front knee. Again, making sure that it doesn't fall in or out. Either bringing our forearm over our knee, or if you want, bringing the right hand outside the right foot, or if you prefer, also inside. And reaching over with that left arm, reaching as if you're trying to touch something that's just a little bit too far, and opening our chest a little bit here as well. Nice, working our shoulders, working our legs. 3 more breaths. Okay, with the next inhale, push up, come up, and we're stepping forward. Lovely. Great. The next one is wide-legged forward fold. So with that, we're taking another big step, similar to what we just did in our extended side angle pose. Our feet are pointing forward, not out. And if anything, they're pointing towards each other a little bit. And we're going to do 2 of the 4 versions. So we're going to start with our hands on our hips. Inhale, putting our shoulder blades together a little bit. Lovely. Looking up, and exhale, we're folding down. We're bringing our hands to the ground, and see if we can bring our hands in line with our feet so that our hands are sort of, there was a line from one foot to the other, middle of the foot, that's where our hands are. Inhale, we're coming onto our fingertips, we're looking up. Lovely. Exhale, hands down, and we're folding down, and we're trying to aim the crown of our head towards the ground, hinging from the hip. Maybe you can get your the crown of your head in contact with the ground, but that's not necessary if you're just hanging there. And you want to engage your core, engage the muscles on the inside of your knees so your legs are nice and straight, nice and engaged. Staying here for another 3 breaths. Looking really great, guys. Okay, the next inhale, we're coming up to the middle, hands still on the ground. Exhale, hands to hips. And inhale, we're coming up with a nice flat back. Lovely. Great, we're staying here, we're stretching our arms out. Exhale, hands on our hips again. We're going to do a very similar version of this, but we're going to grab either our legs or our toes if we can. So we're going to inhale here, shoulder blades together, we're looking up. Exhale, we're folding down, nice flat back. Lovely folding, everyone. And now we're going to see if we can grab our big toes, or if you can't, maybe your calves. Again, we're going to straighten here, we're looking up wherever we are. And exhale, we're pulling down. We're going to pull us on our big toes, or on our calves, and see if we can, maybe by pulling here, bring up the crown of our head closer to the ground, using your fingers, your arms to pull, not yank, don't hurt yourself, but maybe this helps. We're staying here for another 3 breaths. Feeling the stretch in the back of your legs, also the inside of your legs. And again, engaging those muscles on the inside of your knees. 1 more breath. Okay, inhale, we're coming up from wherever we are, looking down. Exhale, we're putting our hands on our hips, nice flat back here, lovely. Exhaling here, and inhale, we're coming up. Lovely, wonderful. And we're stepping forward again. Just having another look. Oh yeah, I always forget this one pose. You might have forgotten that before. We're going to do pyramid pose. For that, we're going to see if we can bring our hands in prayer behind our back. So I would say it's like, see if you can sneak one hand between the shoulder blades, sneak the other one, and then you can sort of walk your hands by using the other fingers as a bit of a help. If you're finding that impossible, no problem. You can grab opposite forearms behind your back, or wrists behind your back, or even fingers. Okay, let's shimmy our hands. We're going to stand at the front of our mat. We're going to step back with the right foot, about halfway down the mat. Our feet are hip width apart now. The back toes are pointing forward, and they're pretty much pointing as far forward as you can. We're going to square our hips to the front. Inhale, we're looking up, trying to push our palms together. And exhale, we're folding here. Folding as far as you can. If you want to keep your chest parallel to the ground, it's lovely. Or see if you can bring your nose towards your knee. And pulling the front hip, the left hip back, the back hip, the right hip forward. And staying here for another 3 breaths. And next inhale, we're coming up in one smooth movement. Exhale, we're stepping forward with the right foot. Now we're stepping back with the left. Again, setting up our feet hip width apart, so we're like on train tracks. We're not on a tightrope. Squaring our hips to the front, squaring our shoulders, hips and shoulders on top of each other. Inhale, we're looking up. Exhale, we're folding down. Again, as far down as you want or can. Parallel to the ground is lovely. Or see if you can get your nose towards your shin. It's a towards, it doesn't have to touch. 3 more breaths. And inhale, we're coming up in one smooth movement. We're stepping forward with the back foot. We're releasing our hands, and let's shake them out. Can be quite an intense thing with the reverse prayer. Okay, now we're doing our balances, and we're going to do one of the two balances. What's the one called that we're doing now? We're doing Adha Baddha Padmottanasana, obviously. So that's the one I'll show you before we do it all together. That's the one where we're bringing our foot into half lotus. Already losing my balance. Bringing one foot into half lotus, and either we're staying here, grabbing our hand, our forearm behind our back with the other hand, or if you can, see if you can sniggle your hand to hold that front foot, and if you can, then you could also try and fold down. If you don't fancy doing any of that, try doing tree, which is lovely. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it together. We tip from me, you can see I'm doing it. If your mat is quite squishy, or even if it's not that squishy, come off your mat. And we're starting standing on the left. So let's lift our left toes off the ground, place them down one at a time. Place our heel off the ground, one nice firm grounding on that foot. Maybe just very gently, rather than having the leg, I'm trying to see it, maybe see it here, like really pushing the knee through and locking the knee, so that's a bit unpleasant. Don't want to do that. Maybe even bending the standing leg a tiny bit to give you a little bit of cushioning. Bending it just a tiny bit as you lift your right foot off the ground. See if you can get it, grab the foot or the ankle and get it into a half lotus. Fantastic. And then we're going to bring the right arm, we're holding the right foot in the left hand, right hand behind us, and see if we can grab our left forearm with the right hand. If you want, or you could just hold your jumper, or you could hold onto your hip. If you can actually reach your foot, see if you can. Ooh. Okay, if you can reach your foot, then you can try and fold forward and put the hand down. But don't have to do that. You can hold our, if you can't do that, that's totally fine. We're just standing nice and tall, and we're going to stand here for, or if you're in your fold, sorry, I'm losing my balance so much right now. We're going to stand here for another 2 breaths. Finding that focus point on the wall or on the floor. I'm not doing that very well. Okay, if you're in a forward fold, come up now. Gently bending the knee a little bit. And wherever you are, just let go of that foot. Let's shake off the standing foot, releasing it. You did really well holding your balance. A lot better than I did. Okay, let's do the other foot. So we're standing on the right. Again, let's spread our toes nice and wide. Place the heel down, nice firm grounding. If you want that teeny tiny micro bend in the knee as we come up. We're lifting our left foot, bringing the left, like the ankle in our hand. Holding the left foot in the right hand now. Lovely, well done. Bringing the left arm around our back, either holding our forearm or seeing if we can grab our toes. If you do, then you would come down into a forward fold, but that's not necessary at all. Wherever we are, stay for another 3 breaths. Trying to find that focus point. Looking really good, guys. 1 more breath. If you're in a forward fold, coming up now, bending your knee a bit as you come up. Lovely. And all of us releasing now. Fantastic. Now shaking off that right leg. Maybe also left foot again. Well done. It's a fun variation on balance, but focus is really important, which I felt just now because I wasn't at the beginning. Okay, we're going to do our last sort of vinyasa. This is a bit of like, I think I've called it a choreography before, because we're sort of moving from, we're facing one way with our warriors and then we're facing the other way. So I hope that my cues will help, because obviously once you look the other way you can't see me. I was starting from the front, so standing in Tadasana again, so feet together, toes spread wide, nice firm middle, shoulders up together. Standing here, maybe a smile. Sometimes we forget to smile as we move through, I guess, through life, but definitely through those challenging poses. And inhale, we're reaching our arms up. Exhale, engaging our core and we're folding down. Inhale, half forward fold, fingertips to mat, hands to shins. Going to bend our knees and we're either stepping or jumping back into a plank. Inhale here. Exhale, we're coming down whichever way we want. Knees, chest, chin, half chaturanga, full chaturanga. Inhale, we're sliding through cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, we're tucking our toes, coming into a down dog. And here we're going to bend our knees straight away, looking to the space between our fingers, our middle finger, our thumbs. And we're either jumping or stepping forward from here right away. And we're bending our knees and we're coming into a chair pose straight away here. Again, setting up our chair properly, making sure we can see our toes, knees are in line, nice flat back, arms are up, and we're staying here for 5 breaths. Strengthening our legs. Lovely. Looking maybe towards the fingers, looking towards the thumbs, or just looking straight ahead, whatever's more comfortable for your neck. 3 more breaths. Inhale and exhale, we're straightening our legs, we're folding down. And from here we're either stepping or bending our knees and jumping back into a plank. Inhaling here and coming down, knees, chest, chin, half chaturanga, full chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, we're pushing back, downward dog. Placing the sole of the left foot down and stepping forward with the right. Inhale, coming up into a warrior one. So again, pulling the back hip, the left hip forward, right hip back. Arms up, we're looking forward. Staying for another 4 breaths. Lovely warriors, everyone. If you find it difficult to bring your hands together, you can just have your hands shoulder width apart and imagine you're holding a beach ball. So like your fingers are doing yoga as well. Everything that is for your body is right for you. 1 more breath. Inhale. And we're looking up towards our hands. We're straightening our front leg and we're pivoting around, maybe trying to look at our hands the whole time. Pivoting around so that we can do our warrior one on the other side. So we're facing the other side of our mat now. Lovely, well done. So pulling our left hip back, the front hip back, right hip back, hip forward. Lovely, really nice alignment from the back, guys. Looking really strong. 3 more breaths. And what we're doing now, we're going to open our arms. We're coming into warrior 2. So we're opening our body to the side of our mat. Chest parallel to the long edge of the mat. Still bending from the left knee here. Arms are at shoulder level. Looking towards the middle finger of the left hand. Wonderful, warriors. Arms are stretched. 2 more breaths. Okay, we're straightening that left leg. We're turning the left toes around. We're pointing the right toes to the front, bending the right knee. Warrior 2 on the other side. Fantastic. Again, body nice and straight in line with the long edge of the mat. Breathing here for another 3. Looking good. Looking towards the middle finger of the front hand, the right middle finger. Okay, inhale, we're cartwheeling our hands down either side of the front foot. We're stepping back into a plank. Inhaling here, exhale, we're coming down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, we're sliding forward, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, we come to our down dog. Inhaling here, exhale, and let's come to seated. So just either coming onto your knees or bringing one leg a little bit forward and then the other. Fantastic. We're on the floor. Well done, everyone. So that's the standing sequence done. So well done for that. And here, if you're going to be using a belt, you might want to have that near. And we're going to come into Tadasana, staff pose. So for that, we're sitting with our legs out, hands are either side of our glutes, fingers nice and wide. Try to have your arms nice and straight too. Imagine you're trying to lift yourself off the ground, but you're not. And we're flexing our toes, or feet, and we're flexing them so much that our heels are lifting off the mat. And we're engaging our calves so much. And we're looking, maybe feet touching or just slightly apart, and we're looking towards our big toes, tucking the chin to our chest, and we're staying here with these super engaged legs for 5 breaths. Breathing here, nice straight back as well. Last breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, we're looking up, exhale, we're releasing those legs. Maybe pointing our feet forward for a moment, pointing them, flexing our feet again, but not so much that we're lifting our heels. We're sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, we're reaching our arms up, and exhale, coming into a forward fold. And this is where you could use your belt. Belt around the balls of the feet, and we're sitting here in our seated forward fold. If you're not using a belt, holding our calves, our ankles, or even our feet. And if you can reach your feet, place your fingers around the sole of the foot and the thumb on the back of the foot under the space that is between your big toe and your the second toe. And we're pulling here. Again, our focus point is the big toes. Staying here for another 3 breaths. 5 breaths in total. Inhale, we're straightening our arms, we're looking up. Exhale, we're letting go. Lovely. So in Ashtanga, when we move from pose to pose, we do a vinyasa, so where we jump back into a plank, and we do our chaturanga on knees, chest, chin, upward dog or cobra, down dog, and then back. If you don't want to do them, skip them. That's totally fine, just wait for us seated. Or me. But we're going to do our fast vinyasa here. So we can bend, sit cross-legged, hands under your shoulders, stepping back into a plank. Inhaling in plank, we're coming down either way we want. Chaturanga, half chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale from chaturanga into up dog or into cobra. Exhale, we're pushing back into a down dog. And we come to seated again. Lovely. It's almost like, I know this is not really a yoga way of putting it, but I think of this as a yoga burpee vinyasa. It's just almost you jumping, and I find it more enjoyable than an actual burpee. But anyway, that's just how I think of it. The next one we're doing is reverse plank. I'll show you 2 options. So the version that is in the Ashtanga practice is our legs are together, and we're going to, hands are under, like just behind us as if we're chilling by the beach, under our shoulders, and then we're lifting up, bringing the balls of the feet in touch with the ground, straight legs. If you're finding that too unenjoyable, you can bring your feet in, and we're coming into a reverse tabletop. So those are the 2 options, or you just don't do it at all. But this is the counter. What's great about Ashtanga is every pose is followed by either a counter pose or the next pose that sort of builds on what we've just done. So really warming up the body in a really nice way. I enjoy it at least. So decide what you're going to do. Reverse tabletop or reverse plank. Feet together. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, we're lifting up. And if you're in reverse plank, you could try dropping your head into the neck, looking sort of behind you. The balls of the feet, the toes are in touch with the ground. We stay for another 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're coming down. I find that makes me really warm. It creates a lot of heat in the body. And if you want, vinyasa, so hands under our shoulders, stepping back. Half chaturanga, full chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, coming to seated. Well done. Okay, we're going to do the balance that we just did, where we were holding our foot in a half lotus. We're doing that as a seated pose now. So, sitting up with our legs straight, we're bending the right knee, bringing it into our body, having it fall to the side, and see if we can bring that foot, the right foot, into half lotus with the left leg straight. Holding it with our left hand's holding the right foot. Going to bring our arm around and either holding again the left arm with the right hand behind our back, or see if we can get hold of that right foot with the right hand. What you could also do, if you have a belt, create a loop with that belt, put that around your foot and hold the belt behind your back. It's a really nice way of making this pose accessible. If you're holding your right foot in your right hand, or if you're holding it in a belt, you can try and do a forward fold. So inhale, reaching the arm up, and exhale, we're folding down, holding the calf, the ankle, the foot, and sitting here in this forward fold. Lovely. Staying here for 3 more breaths. Okay, and inhale, straightening up, and we're letting go. And we're releasing the right foot. Often, and normally, if you do like a full, really speedy Ashtanga sequence, you would do another vinyasa between sides, but we're not doing that today in the interest of time. So we're bringing our left leg in now. We're trying to bring it into a half lotus. Actually, what I should have said earlier, another option would be just to do Janu Sirsasana if you find this really uncomfortable, just have the foot in. Put that here and see if we can either hold our right arm with the left hand. We can maybe reach the left toes with the left hand, or using our belt loop again, placing that around our foot and holding the left foot with the loop in our hand. And if we're holding the left foot with the loop or in our hand, going to inhale, reach our arm up, and exhale, fold forward again, touching our calf, our ankle, our foot. Pulling our left shoulder forward a little bit as well. I'm staying here for another 3 breaths. Looking towards our big toe, that's our focus point, our drishti, the front big toe, the right big toe here. Inhale, we're looking up, and exhale, we're releasing. Lovely, stretching that left foot out now. And if you want, let's do another vinyasa. Hands under our shoulders, we're stepping back into plank. Inhaling in plank, exhale, coming down, knees, chest, chin, half chaturanga, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Now we're going to seated. Wonderful, well done. Now we might want to use a block, and we're doing Triamukha Mukha Pada Paschimottanasana. This is a nemesis pose of mine. It's getting better with time, but I find it quite tricky. So what we're doing is we're sitting with our legs straight out again, and now we're bending our right leg. What you actually can do is, as before you do, like you can grab a little bit of your bum flesh on the left side and pull it to the side. And now we're bending our right leg in, and we're having our right foot point back. And here you can then roll on the side and maybe pull a bit of your calf flesh out of the side. Your right toes are pointing backwards. You're not sitting on your foot though. It's next to you. And what can happen here is that you really collapse to the side. There's a big gap, there's no contact with the ground under your right glutes. And that is where the block comes in handy, where you can place your left hand on the ground outside your left glute, rolling up onto, coming off, creating a bit of gap between your, so that there's a gap between your left glutes, and placing a block here. So you're sitting on the block, sitting taller, and that will allow you to sit a lot more central. Really nice. So using the block or not, sitting here, and we're going to reach forward, so it's a forward fold, that's like Paschimottanasana. So reaching our arms up, and exhale, folding down, and either holding our calf, ankle, or foot. And you want to try and keep both sides, both glutes in contact with the ground as we pull ourselves forward here. And I personally find that if you engage your core, you're a lot more stable. Really nice, everyone. Staying here for 3 more breaths. And inhale, we're coming up, and exhale, we're letting go. And we're releasing that by rolling a bit onto our left, releasing the right leg. Same thing on the other side. So if you want, we're going to pull a little bit of our right bum flesh to the side, and we're going to roll onto our right side as we pull our left foot back. If you have any pain in your knee, obviously, when you're doing this, please don't do it. Our left foot, its toes are pointing back now. Foot is next to us, we're not sitting on our foot. Again, if you want to try to do this with the block, place your right hand outside your right glute, lift yourself off the ground, placing the block under your right glute, like so. Nice. Okay, so we're sitting here, the toes of the right straight leg are flexed. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're folding down, lovely. Grabbing whatever we can grab, calf, ankles, foot, and staying here, engaging our core. 3 more breaths. Breathing here, looking towards the right big toe. Drishti is the other toes. Okay, inhale, we're straightening arms, so looking up, and exhale, we're coming up, coming a little bit on our right as we release. Well done. That pose somehow doesn't really get much easier for me. And if you want, another vinyasa, so bending our knees, hands under shoulders, stepping back, inhaling in plank, exhale, coming down, knees, chest, chin, half chaturanga, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we're coming back to a seated position. And we're at our Janu Sirsasana. So I want to show you all 3, and what I think we'll do is we do ABC on one side and then ABC on the other side after we might have had a vinyasa if you want to do it. So we're starting with our standard Janu Sirsasana. So we're left leg straight, right leg, we're bending the knee, we're bringing it down, and the sole of our right foot is against the inner thigh of the left. If you can reach the thigh, find it uncomfortable, just bring it under your, bring it against your calf. We're sitting here. I want to do that little micro twist where our chest is not pointing between our legs, but over the straight leg. Inhale, we're reaching up. And exhale, we're folding down, holding the calf, ankle, or the foot. Or if you have a belt, hold your belt. We're staying here for, let's just do 3 today. Drishti, focus point again, is the big toe. 2 more. And inhale, straightening our leg, arms, and exhale, we release. Janu Sirsasana B, or number 2. For that, we're going to be keeping you can keep the right foot where it is, but we're going to shift forward and we're going to try and sit on that right foot. So the right foot is under sort of, in our sort of groin, like under our left thigh. So maybe I'll just come a bit closer for a moment so I can show you now. So if this is my foot, well, this is my foot, it's not if it's my foot, and then I sit like this, maybe you can see it's here. Let's show you from the side. So, here, you can see that's where my foot now is. You still want to have your knees not too close together. Sitting here, and again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding down, holding wherever you can hold. And now our leg is slightly elevated, the left leg, and I personally find that really intensifies the hamstring stretch for me. I'm just staying for another 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, we're straightening our arms, we're looking up. And exhale, we're letting go. Lovely. Coming off that foot. And now, let me see if I can take my laptop and camera and show you. So what we do now, and this one is, I'm finding this super tricky. But I still wanted to show you because I think it's fun to see. So for Janu Sirsasana C or 3, we're sitting like Janu Sirsasana 1 or A. And what I want you to do is lift your foot off the ground, see if you can go through here, see if you can bring your fingers around your toes. And what we want to do is we want to twist our toes and see if we can bring our toes onto the ground like this. The aim is that your entire toes are like on the ground like so, which I can't do yet, but it can be quite intense if most of the weight is on your little toe side. So see how unpleasant you find this. So we're going, bending our knee, grabbing our toes, twisting them. So the twist is coming from the hip, but also from the foot, placing them down. I have to rock a little bit to the side, and then I'll try and drop my weight back onto this. So it's like that. So yeah, the heel of the foot is more towards it's pointing up. A little bit of play here. So if we want to try that again, like this. So our toes are pointing up, bring my fingers around, and now I turn them. I turn them out and try and place them down. Okay. Well, that is a project, let's call it that way. Maybe we'll do that again next week. Let's try it one more time. So we're bending our knee, toes are pointing up, bringing your fingers around, pulling your toes back a little bit maybe, and now you're turning your toe out, your foot out, maybe helping with the other hand on the heel, and you're trying to press like this, and then come down, and your heel now is into this. Okay, all right, well done. Let's do a vinyasa and then we'll do the other ones. I'll leave the computer where it is for now, bit of a weird angle. But we're stepping back into a plank. Inhale, exhale here, we're rocking forward, coming down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, we're sliding up into a nice cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, we're pushing back into a downward dog, and we're stepping in to sit down again. Alright, it was actually quite a nice angle, especially for the seated poses. We're doing the other side, so our right leg is out now. Our left foot's coming in. We're coming for our general Janu Sirsasana, so the foot is as close as we can get it to the groin, sole of the foot against the inner thigh, or if you don't like that, you can have the sole against the foot against the calf. I just wouldn't have it against your knee because that's quite gentle, and if there's any pressure you wouldn't want to hurt your knee. Going to inhale, arms up, and exhale, we're folding down, holding wherever we can hold. Calf, ankle, foot. And we're staying here for 3 breaths. Breathing here, looking towards the big toe. And inhale, we're straightening our arms. And exhale, we're letting go. Lovely. Janu Sirsasana B. So our foot stays where we are, and we're going to try and sit on our foot. So the foot, you can see a lot better here. It's like this, or like this. And again, chest over the straight leg. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, holding wherever we can hold. Again, there's that gap now between our thigh, the back of our thigh, and the ground. For me, that is intensifying that stretch. Breathing here. Next, inhale, we're looking up, straightening our arms, and exhale, we're releasing. And now let's try that weird Janu Sirsasana again. So sitting in like a normal Janu Sirsasana, the straight leg is the right leg. Now we're going to see if we can bring our left arm under our calf, grab our toes, just pull our toes back a little bit, and we're trying to pull the toes out and place our toes on the ground, letting go, and then sit back. And you can see here maybe on this side I'm finding it a lot more difficult to get my big toe in contact with the ground. So it's always one side, it's always going to be different. Let's try that one more time, or a couple more times like we did on the other side. So, well, this is how I'm doing it. There might be other teachers who've got lots better options to get into this pose. So we're pulling toes back, we're twisting them around, placing them down, maybe putting the other hand on the other side so that we can let go, and then we're sliding, falling here. Do that one more time, just playing around with this. We could do that when we do another Ashtanga class. We can try and do this one instead of all the other Janus, just to work on it. So, toes are pointing to the ceiling, putting our fingers on our toes, turning them out away from us, bringing the toes on to the ground, placing them down as if we're on tiptoes, and then we want to try and come back. Okay, let's leave it there, guys. Really well done. Thanks for entertaining me and doing that pose with me. As I say, I'm very much struggling with that pose whenever I do Ashtanga, I struggle with it regularly. So well done for giving it a go, and thank you for taking the time with me. I'm going to do maybe like 2 or 3 poses, and we're going to do, if you want, another vinyasa. We're in our plank, we're stepping back into plank, coming down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, half chaturanga, sliding forward into a cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, pushing back into a down dog, coming to seated, and we're coming into boat pose, Navasana. So for that, there's several options. You could either have your hands behind you and just lift your legs up like this. You've got the support behind you if you find balancing is difficult. Or you can bring your hands behind your knees, lift up like this. You can stay here. You can hold onto your legs and straighten them, or you can let go with straight legs. And wherever we are, we're going to stay here for 3, 2, 1. And we're releasing, taking a little break. We're going to do 2 more of this. So wherever we are, maybe rocking back, bringing our legs parallel, stretching them out, maybe releasing. 3, 2, 1. And we're coming out again, maybe giving our knees a little hug. And letting go. And one more time, hands behind our knees, lifting, maybe straightening, maybe letting go. 3, 2, 1. And we're letting go, giving ourselves a little hug here. Looking up. Lovely. We are, if you want to do another vinyasa, hands on the shoulders, plank, inhale, exhale, coming down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, or half chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or up dog. Exhale, down dog. And coming down. And let's do a gentle back bend here. So we're lying on our backs. Bringing our feet as close as we can to our glutes. Feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart, knees pointing up. Arms are by the side of our body. Palms into the ground. Inhale, exhale here. With the next inhale, we're engaging our core and we're lifting our glutes off the ground, middle back, upper back off the ground. And we're staying here with our hands, palms on the mat, pushing into our feet to lift ourselves up a bit higher. Very nice. Okay, and exhale, we're coming down, hugging our knees into our chest, rocking from side to side, releasing, placing our feet down again. We'll do one more back bend, one more bridge, where if you want, you can grab your hands under your back by clasping them together, interlacing them. Okay, we're starting with our hands alongside our body, feet and knees hip width apart. Inhale, exhale. And inhale, we're lifting our glutes, middle back, upper back, pushing into our feet. And if you want, see if you can clasp your hands, grab your hands, interlace your fingers under your back. Maybe coming a bit higher on your shoulders. And pushing into your feet, pushing your chest towards your chin, hips towards the ceiling. Really nice. Staying here for 3 breaths. Okay, if you're holding your hands, let go of that interlace, shoulders down, and then gently, gently rolling down. And we're going to bring our knees into our chest and rock from side to side. And coming to center, finding stillness, and let's stretch our legs out for well-deserved Shavasana. Legs out, front of you, feet falling out, feet hip to mat width apart, hands, arms alongside the body, hands about 3 inches, 15 centimeters, 20 centimeters away from the body, palms facing up, shoulder blades pulling apart, fall back in contact with the ground, chin slightly tucked to have a nice flat neck. And maybe a nice deep breath. And relaxing your face, no tension in your facial muscles. breathing here, closing your eyes, trying not to move or fidget, and really enjoy this final relaxation as you feel the movements, the yoga practice vibrate through your body almost, noticing where you feel different, if you feel different. Maybe you feel softer or warmer. Maybe you feel more sleepy or more invigorated. Maybe you feel a bit hungry or thirsty. Just noting those feelings and then letting go of them so that they don't distract you. Swasti Krayavya Pariyapayantam Naya Yenamage Namahim Mahishaha Cobra Samastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Slowly hands back into your body. Maybe start moving your ankles and your wrists. Bring your feet together if you want, and bring your arms overhead. A nice full body stretch, pointing your toes, stretching your arms, stretching your fingers. And let go. Bringing your knees into your body. And maybe rocking from side to side, very gently. And when you're on the right side next time, rolling over your side. Bringing your head on your right forearm. Or upper arm, sorry. Bring the left hand in front of your chest. Inhale, and then exhale, pushing into the left hand and gently coming up to seated. Coming into nice cross-legged pose or position, seated position. And we want inhale, make a nice big circle with our arms. Exhale, pulling our hands down. And let's bring our thumbs to our third eye for clear and kind thoughts. Thumbs to our throat for clear and kind words. Thumbs to our heart for clear and kind feelings. And if you want, bow the gratitude to the practice of yoga and gratitude to yourself for moving today. Lovely. Thank you so much for moving with me. Well done for moving through this quite fast practice. And thank you for playing with Janu Sirsasana C. It's a very weird one. Really well done, guys. It's quite funny. I mean, I know it's a weird pose, but you don't really realize how weird it is until you try to explain it, and you're like, no, this is real weird. So, thanks for giving it a go, everyone.
That was great. See you later, Marlene.
Yeah, see you, and have a lovely
Marlene.
Sunday.
Have a lovely Sunday.
Thank you too, Jack. Thanks for being there.